When I started Nintendo Ninja News, we started doing videos based on the news. And then we started to flirt with the ideas of doing reviews of 3DS cases and Legend of Zelda board games and things like that. And that worked out quite well for us. You know, our review of a Nintendo 3DS case protector has nearly netted us 1,000 views, which is quite amazing for us. And I wanted to expand on that because our most of our videos is like daily newspapers. You read them for the day, and then most people don't watch them after a few days afterwards. So what I wanted to do was create content that had long lasting effect, meaning that people can view it years later and it would still be relevant to today's times and days. And this was probably one of the biggest challenges about expanding Nintendo Ninja News, apart from the everyday issues of promotion and trying to reach more people to watch me. And I can now announce that I will be doing a series apart from the Nintendo Ninja News show, which is about giving updates on gaming and my own personal thoughts and that sort of relaxed, sort of short 10 to 15-minute show, that I'll be doing a new series called Nintendo Historia, which is a bit of a takeoff from the Zelda Historia sort of book. And this is about going through the entire history of Nintendo, doing all sorts of different things with it. And we're not just talking about the video game history of Nintendo. We'll be going all the way back to 1889. As you can tell, the thumbnail does show the original Nintendo logo from 1989, which is very, very cool. So that story will happen later on down the track when I am a little more comfortable with talking more about the history of the history of the company and things like that. So I'll be starting quite lightly on different things, but it'll be all sorts of things: history of consoles, of certain games, accessories, um, people of Nintendo, things like that. And it's going to be a very interesting series because I think people will be curious to find out a bit more about it, and we can talk in the comments about your stories about it and adding more information about it, and we can sort of almost have a discussion about those things. So I'm very happy about doing something a little different that will be a little different from the news. I guess I had in my mind doing a like the gaming historian, using different images and that. So maybe you might just see my face during some of them, and sometimes you might see background images and doing just a voiceover. But I don't think it's going to be completely professional. As you know me, I'm always a little bit. That's why I have always made the joke of that the show was always sort of semi-professional. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I will be getting up the first little show episode of it to give you a bit of an idea about what I'm planning to do with it. And suggestions for me to cover things on the history of Nintendo will be a lot of fun, and we'll see if people enjoy it or not. So that's the announcement and news that we have for Nintendo Ninja News, and I shall see you next time.